What's up, guys? Welcome back inside the cockpit of a Navy C-2 Greyhound, lovingly nicknamed the Battle Cod, at least by some. I'm your host, Rob Roy. That's me on the left side of the screen, sitting in the co-pilot seat, joined by my pilot on the right, and today we are overhead the boat at 1,200 feet in what's called the vertical stack. For those of you that don't know, we can't just land on the carrier anytime we please or anytime we get there. We have to arrive at a very specific time. In order to avoid collision between all the different aircraft that make up the air wing, the C-2s, the E-2s, and the Hornets, we all are assigned a different altitude. For the C-2, or the COD, that's 1,200 feet. So here we are, circling overhead, waiting for our arrival time. Now here's where it gets fun. We have to time our landing on the carrier to coincide seconds after they finish launching aircraft from the same cycle. Where it gets interesting is, we don't know how long the launch is going to take. So we have to be ready to come down at any given moment and come in for the carrier break. Now, as C-2 pilots, we usually only trap on the carrier once or twice a day. Unlike some of the Hornet squadrons, they're trapping and taking off all day long during different cycles. But when we are in town, it's up to us to set the pace because we're at the bottom of the stack. As we come in for the carrier break, the Hornets and the E-2s above us collapse the stack. Got it? So that brings us to today's video, where the pilot in the left seat is going to try something out of the ordinary called a shit-hot break, and it's his first time doing it. For a normal carrier break, when it's your turn to collapse a stack, you come in very fast overhead the boat at 800 feet. For the C-2 and the E-2 are capped out about 300 knots. The Hornets, they go a lot faster than that because they can. But standard operating procedures dictate that you go a mile in front of the carrier and then you brake to the left. Now, as pilots get a little less green and become more salty and comfortable behind the boat, they usually might brake just a little bit in front of the ship. But when you're really feeling cocky and you've done this a handful of times, that's when you try a shit hot.